afford health insurance as a small company now.
We're up.
Or you give them health insurance, but they can't afford the deductibles.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Do you hear what percent she is? Did you hear?
No, I didn't. What
0.04%.
Did she take a blood test or something?
Absolutely.
But she said she was just, she was really raised that way. Her mom always told her that, right? Wasn't that the deal?
Mark, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, man?
I'm Brian.
Brian, I'm Todd. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Todd? Todd, okay. How are
Did
you?
you lose some weight?
Yeah.
You look good.
Yeah, thank you.
I like the suit jacket, too. It's cool.
Thank you.
We're up,
Never
Tom.
forget.
Thinking about life insurance?
Yeah.
You could make one free phone call and learn your best.
How's, life?
It's been good.
Well, and I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you doing?
I've been doing pretty
Been a
good.
long time.
It has been long.
How is business for you?
It's been pretty busy. Today's the 15th, so the end of the extension season.
Yeah.
So it's been a busy little run, but doing good.
Yeah. It's about time we.
I got to literally send him my check today.
Yeah, me too.
I screwed myself.
I thought that we. Oh, you mean for this year? Can I have the spots, please? I just told you. I just said, can I have those, please?
Nothing like getting an email that starts out, we have an issue developing with
Oh, focus on planning to try to catch the fish in the 20s. A lot of fun stuff.
So I
Ben, do you have an extra pen? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I hope you got in trouble.
Okay.
Oh, you do? Okay. That's good.
Thanks.
So
actually
getting them,
22.
the back-to-back stuff. And
So I was going to ask you this. So Seinfeld, when you brought up who's that author, Stan Rusky? Remember who Kramer said the guy was?
Isn't it?
He said the guy in his name was Stan Rusky was called the Health Club. And he used
I'm
different
scripting the
names.
second bright light.
What did he use?
Never do it.
Sal Bass.
We see it
Remember
several
that?
times over the years. So.
It is him. Bass, carry, salmon.
Come on.
That's tough.
It is.
It's tough to pay this year.
I love that.
Plus some stuff.
More what is it good? She actually goes. Remember he throws her thing out there.
Tips with lady.
It's true.
And that happened twice. Remember that? He throws it out of the hotel room. Yeah, part of it.
Which is why it's so important to talk to your doctor about all your symptoms.
Ooh, guess what time tonight? You probably don't watch it.
A lot of ways
It's this one where this airplane disappears.
Oh, no, I heard about it, so I'm going to watch it.
Oh, I'm going to come back like a year later.
I'm going to watch it after, 5 years. I'm going to watch.
They don't age nothing.
My friend does.
I'm dying to know what happened.
Here's the thing, though. They're going to drag the thing out, man. It's a series.
Yeah, I know.
That makes sense.
You know, the one
there was one on HBO where these people just, I can't think of what they were just like taken up to heaven, if you will. They just disappeared off of the earth. Everybody woke up one day and all these people were gone.
Yeah, there are a couple like that.
But they never ended it.
I saw every one of them. Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your consumer advocate.
Consumer advocate, fighting for you. We're going to take your calls and try to make your life a little easier because we talk about the things that make you tick and the things that tick you off. One of the things I love talking about is home values, and K&H Home Solutions can add to your home value for sure, because when you buy 2 windows, you get 1 free plus 35% off the best siding, in my opinion, on the entire market, called Everlast, and 35% off entry doors. What we do is we take care of problems, so obviously we know what to do to avoid problems. Coming up, we have a discussion with Dr. Centeno, because we had a guy call up and challenge me, saying that they use cord blood, and then we had another one call in saying they use something else, and they say, look, Tom, you're all wrong about shipping these live stem cells. You can do it. So let's get back to, really quickly, K&H Home Solutions. Buy 2 windows, get 1 free. There is no gimmick here. It is an absolute savings. They have normally great pricing anyway, and now when you buy 2 windows, you get 1 free. I urge you to call them to find out about it. Vinyl replacement windows are wonderful, and these guys stand behind it. I've had them come to my house 25 years later to replace a screen. Seriously. And to replace a screen door, those vanish, though, I think they call them, I don't know, those hidden doors that roll up. They're great. Anyway, they're durable, energy efficient, beautiful, custom fit, all of their windows. Plus, the Everlast siding is a lifetime siding, sealed through and through, with a palette of colors. 303-421-7100, 421-7100, khwindows.com. You can make your own appointment right there, khwindows.com. Let's continue our show now and talk. John wants to talk about a problem with a safe company. Mike wants to talk about a great idea that he wants to know about, a patent and copyright. Both of you, John and Mike, please hang on. I will get to you. But and then I will introduce our guest today. We're going to talk a little financing. So here's the deal. I hear continually advertising about stem cells, and you know that I tout Centeno Schultz. I say, look, they're one of the few clinics that do true extraction of stem cells at the time of treatment and keep them alive and re-inject them, because in order to ship them, you'd have to manipulate them. And people say, why do you keep saying you can't have stem cells? Well, you could if you broke the law. Dr. Centeno could figure out a way, and has done it before the laws were tightened, where you condense these cells and can transport them, but it's not allowed. The FDA says you're not allowed to do that. So in order to keep them alive, Dr. Centeno at Centeno Schultz, what they do is they extract right at the site and then redeliver when you go for treatment. But we had a couple people. One is Suzanne, who is that guy that one health clinic? I think I put them in here, and I'll go to it. But one guy was in Castle Rock, a chiropractor, and he says, Tom, you're wrong. I use cord blood. We don't use amniotic fluid. And his name escapes me right now, but it'll come to me. And he says he'll take me up on my challenge, that he can prove that he has millions of living stem cells in his product. Now, his name, like I said, I'll think of it, but his name is not as important as what he says. And he says he has this cord blood he uses. Cord blood, which is totally different. And I want to talk to Dr. Chris. Dr. Centeno, I need to know about cord blood. Amniotic fluids, some people have gotten away with. Now they're doing cord blood. And they say cord blood is the thing. When I ship cord blood into a clinic, or when I receive cord blood to give to someone, it is absolutely packed with living stem cells. Can you address that, please?
Yeah. Hey, Tom. So the problem is that cord blood doesn't have a lot of mesenchymal stem cells. In fact, there have been 2 research studies, one showing, or actually both of them showed, that they could only isolate mesenchymal stem cells from 1 in 10 of the cords that they tried to use for that purpose. So that's the first thing, is we're talking about a mesenchymal stem cell poor product to begin with.
All right.
Then number two is that there are ways to see whether or not this cord blood has live stem cells, and those are called the FACT, F-A-C-T guidelines. Now, if this chiropractor wants to send us a sample, we've got a $1 million plus state-of-the-art research lab here. We're happy to see if any mesenchymal stem cells grow out of those samples, but all the cord blood samples we've tested to date have had no viable and functional cells. I think the problem here, though, is you have a chiropractor who doesn't know what he doesn't know, and then a sales rep who also
but do these sales reps literally lie to these chiropractors and other clinics? Do they just lie to them?
Yeah, let's just say that you've got a sales rep who's got probably a bachelor's degree, who doesn't understand much of any of this stuff at all, but he's been told to say certain things and trying to sell this stuff, and he knows that if he walks into that clinic with cord blood and doesn't talk about the fact that it's got millions of stem cells, meaning that being a lie, then he ain't going to sell that vial of cord blood for $1,200. What's its real value without stem cells? $50. Maybe.
Now, one guy, Dan Kellums at Peak Vitality, he says that he has independent studies showing living stem cells, and he says it comes from Predictive Biotech, and he says that he says FDA 361 tissue registration, whatever that means, and he says he has FDA 351 drug registration and FDA 361 tissue registration, which is required.
Yeah, that's totally wrong. So Predictive Biotech is a company that sells a cord blood product. It's a 361 registered product, meaning that's not FDA approved. All it is a 45-minute quickie registration. So you and I could go online right now for free and register our cord blood product just like Peak did in 45 minutes, and then we're done. So there is no 351 cell drug registration. He has no idea what he's talking about there.
Okay.
Meaning if you had that kind of cell drug approval, that's 10 years and $100 million per indication. And then, again, we've looked at the Predictive product and all of their claims.
Right.
And all of their claims don't hold any scientific.
How did they get away with it?
Listen, this is whack-a-mole for FDA right now. Since it's only a free 45-minute registration to get into business, think about that. I mean, there's just one company. You shut down one company, another one pops up. You shut down another company, five more pop up.
Now they cite this University of Utah. I see this a lot. Where
the University of Utah, I called.
The shared resource laboratory where they sell viability. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tom, this is going to knock your socks off.
All right, go ahead.
I called the guy at University of Utah and said, "Hey, did you test this product?"
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Did you say it had any live stem cells in it? No, we did not. Well, let me send this to you. So I sent him the report.
Yes.
And he said, "This is not the report that I produced. The report that you have was doctored."
Oh my God! And this is Dan Kellums at the wellness coordinator at Peak Vitality in Greenwood Village, and he sent this.
Dan doesn't know what Dan doesn't know.
And then we're talked the same as that. Suzanne, did you? That chiropractor in Castle Rock. I'm sorry, I don't. Anyway, here's the deal. I'm going to make 10 grand then on my bet, is what you're saying. Is it legal for me to bet? I mean, he took me up on it. So you're pretty sure we can test this at this court.
I'll even go one better. I'll say that we will pay Colorado State University to test that sample, meaning that he'll have to pay for Colorado State University to test it.
Yeah.
Meaning an independent third party to test it to see if it's got any living and functional stem cells. And it'll cost them a couple grand, and then you'll make 10 grand when they find none.
Okay, so Ryan Helmsett is in Castle Rock. He's one, but he's not the only one. He's just one of many. And then we have Dan Kellums at Peak Vitality. Anyway, Dr. Chris Centeno Schultz. Listen, people, even with true living stem cells, and I don't want to downplay it for pain and all that, even with true living stem cells, you still can't guarantee results.
No, but listen. If you've got real stem cells and you do this correctly, there are things that it works very well for. It is not magic pixie dust, and regrettably, that's the way it's being sold every place.
But you do have some great results.
Absolutely. For real cells done the right way and the right patients, it works very well.
Now, we have a Lone Tree Clinic here, Centeno Schultz. He's going to have a seminar Wednesday night, the 17th, at 6 o'clock at the Lone Tree Center. Call for an evaluation or call to become part of this seminar with no obligation and find the truth out. I just had to clarify that because we had so many calls moving away from amniotic fluids and getting into the so-called cord blood. So call this number for Centeno Schultz to find out true information, 303-963-9201, 303-963-9201.
In fact, they make such claims that I get nervous thinking, well, maybe he didn't check this one, and he knew all about that Utah study and the other studies. And he's looked at every single one of them. And these doctors just...
Well, let's just grab the cord and get it. Let's get the cord and have a test.
And how do we know we're getting how do we know he didn't extract that at his clinic and got real living stem cells? I'd like to know, how do we know we're
Isn't it the actual cord?
No, they take the blood. They don't send the tissue. No, that would be...
It's amazing that report was doctored. That's beyond.
What's that?
It's amazing that report was doctored from Utah. That's that's not like a misunderstanding. No. That's bold-faced cheating.
You would assume so, at least.
That's a financial gain.
That's amazing.
Maybe they just shortened it up. So they removed some words out of it.
That's right. That's what I did.
Removed words.
Yeah.
Inserted a couple extra ones that look similar.
Exactly.
Oh man.
That amazes me.
I'd like you guys probably got a bachelor's degree. It is funny though how chiropractors are always looking for something else to sell. That's exactly right. It's a very strange deal.
Outside of cracking backs.
I can't. I've never had back pain, so I'll say that. I've got no purpose in going, but man, they terrify me. I went years ago and almost fell.
No, there's certain chiropractic that is more jarring than others.
The one I had
You are so lucky that in your 40s, you're in your 40s now, right? Not having any back issues, because men usually, even if they're healthy, have some kind of discomfort, some kind, when they're in their 40s.
Or neck or shoulder or something like that.
Well, occasionally. I mean, I might have a twitch.
Yeah, but you're not plagued by it.
No. I always wondered. I sleep
double jointed too.
I sleep like
triple jointed.
Well, he can fucking put his legs behind his back. He can put his legs behind his back.
He can put his leg over his head.
But that's like weird, though.
You can kick.
No, that's not normal.
No, he's not normal.
I think that's an exception. Everyone knows.
Every morning, I'm usually up at 6:30, in between 6:30 and 6:45 to 7. I'll put one pillow here, and I'll sleep. I'll sleep for like a half hour like that. And I always wondered if that's good or bad for my back.
All these people struggling to do yoga, he could go in and blow their minds.
How do you do this? It's like this?
No, Suzanne will do ones where she'll get up on her head and stuff. It's like, I can't do that.
No, but you can do something and make believe you're stuck.
She can balance herself in really weird ways.
Oh my God, I can't get out.
Help me. Oh, ER. This has never happened before.
Yeah, man.
Hi, Pat Miller, Gabby
more
Gourmet.
doing that in the studio.
I tried out there doing terrible snapping sounds, right before the sirens came.
Remember to join me every Saturday from 1 to 2 for prizes and your calls and opinions right here on 630K.
When you put skill with honesty and integrity, you get shared an auto tech. The needed repairs and when you need them, the quality repairs.
There's Max.
They will never sell you anything.
So it was terrible.
You know, have you noticed with all our influx of people, we always have traffic, like on weekends?
Yeah, when you have-
Colfax just west of Wadsworth and Havana just south of 6th Avenue, 303-455-7242, 455-7242. And my referral is to referrals.com.
That's totally down.
Afternoons 4 to 7.
3 lanes isn't enough.
Variety show, youth, culture, Hollywood, and food. And it's all served in
Okay.
John.
John?
Yeah, Brian.
With you?
Yeah. We're partners in business. Yeah. So that's Todd. He does tax resolution.
Hi, Tom Martino here. You just heard us talking about stem cells, right? And the chiropractic clinics mostly that are misleading the public. I'm happy to say that Bright Light Chiropractic is not one of them.
Yeah, I will.
I mean, they're unbelievable when it comes to Dr. Mike Hedersheit, when it comes to chiropractic. He's proud to be a chiropractor. If you're looking for a chiropractor, you don't have to look any further. If you're not satisfied with your chiropractor, if your chiropractor got into fake stem cells and all the other stuff, get to a real chiropractor, University and County Line, brightenyourfamily.com.
Finance. And let's first take Mike, though, because Mike has something exciting. Mike, you have a great idea. Now, you have to be careful how we talk about ideas, since the whole purpose is you want to protect it eventually if it's unique. But here's another thing people need to know. When you talk about an idea, even if it's confidential, but you talk to more than one person, it could be construed as the clock starts ticking, because once an invention is disclosed, I believe you only have, is it 1 or 2 years? Mark Trenner could tell us this. He's our intellectual property attorney. But I believe the clock starts ticking on 1 year to get it protected, or you lose all rights and it becomes public domain. Now, that doesn't mean, you know, you tell one person with an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, it's going to be publicly disclosed. But sometimes people think because they have a non-disclosure and they talk to a few people that they have all the time in the world to get it patented, and you really don't. It could be very dangerous. So, Mike, let's hear a little bit about what you're thinking about.
Yeah, Tom, what I do is I do a lot of old car shows and stuff like that, and the T-shirt business is kind of a booming thing.
Yeah, it is.
So
it really is.
I found a slogan for a T-shirt.
Okay, okay. That's a little different than an invention, but slogans are very seldom protected unless, how do I put this? They are creative and intellectual. Let's our attorney listen in. Mark Trenner, attorney at law. He does intellectual properties, which means trademarks, patents, and copyrights. Now, hold on. Continue describing this now without giving it away. So, Mike, you go to car shows, and you came up with something you think is very unique as a slogan. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, it's something I could put like on a metal sign and the T-shirt as well. And the product relates to a lot of people.
And you never heard this slogan before?
No, I've never heard it before anywhere.
Does the slogan use within the phrase, does it use a trademark or a name of a business?
No.
Okay. Because if you said, you know, like STP does this to me or something, and you can't use their STP, But
Correct.
okay, but this is a standalone statement. Mark,
Yes, sir.
Mark Trenner, attorney at law, can a, I don't know, can a slogan, what do you do with that? Can it be protected?
Yeah, you can protect this slogan, a word, a logo, anything like that.
Is Just Do It by Nike. Just Do It. If I had a car company, well, if I had a company and I said, get your oil change $39.95, don't wait, just do it, and I kept using the Just Do It, could they contact me and say, don't do that?
They probably would, because they're a big company and they know that just threatening you, you'll probably go away.
But couldn't you say it's not brand? Couldn't you say
mark.
It's not brand confusion because they're not in the car?
Except for some marks like Nike marks, those are very famous and people automatically associate it with Nike, so they're afforded a little bit broader protection. Usually you're going to be limited to the class of goods that you're in, like if you're a small-time T-shirt manufacturer and you're selling T-shirts under a certain name and somebody else starts doing it for oil change services, that's not going to be confused. But when you start talking about marks that are more famous like Facebook and Google and Nike, they get a lot more latitude because they are just instantly recognized, so they get broader protection.
Okay, so how would he go about protecting a slogan for a T-shirt? Of course, the T-shirt's not protected. I mean, the slogan would be.
It's gonna be yeah, but if he's marketing T-shirts under a slogan, you can get a trademark for that. Or if he's putting it on plaques, whatever he's.
You're talking about a trademark as opposed to a copyright.
Right, a copyright would be more for artistic work,
like a story.
Yeah, a slogan wouldn't be copyright, but.
Okay.
If he had a story or if he had a design that went with it, that could be copyrighted.
Now, if this slogan is really cool and appeals to the market, the car market or the exotic car market or whatever, classic car market, and he does this trademark, we're talking about a true protection, and no one else can copy it, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, how much would that cost to get a slogan trademarked?
So we charge $350 for the law firm fee, and then the government fee. It just depends how many things he's marketing it on, how many different classes he'll get into. The government fee is per class.
Okay.
So
give me a range. Give me a range.
Government fee for T-shirts. Well, for each class is $275. Government fee.
Give me an idea. Give me an idea. Give me an idea of why it would. What do you mean by category?
So an example would be if he had them on wooden plaques, that would be in one class. If he had them on T-shirts, that would be in another class. If he actually had it on automotive parts, that would be another class. So
really? You can't just do a You can't just do a universal. Hey, it's my trademark on everything.
No. Well, I mean, as long as if you're selling products on everything, you can. But then you also have to pay the government fee for each of those.
Are you kidding me? So you mean like McDonald's would have. McDonald's?
They might have some with some trademarks with 10 or 12 different classes, and yeah, you pay a government fee for each of those. Law firm fee, like I said, is the same. We just charge.
But if he has a trademark, let me get this straight. If he has a trademark, or I have a trademark, my referral is trademark, and I put it on a T-shirt. Does that mean? And if Mike gets a slogan on a T-shirt and he only pays for that class, does that mean someone can then put it on the sides of cars or on billboards and use it?
Well, it depends if there's going to be likelihood of confusion where we started out on this conversation. If it's for a coffee shop, they could probably do it because that's going to be unrelated to his car show.
Unless you say it's a really famous mark, and then you can say they're just trading on the fame.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to take a while to get to the point where you're a famous mark. I mean,
so
you're going to be spending millions on advertising.
All right, so let me get this straight then. A trademark is only as good as the promotion behind it really is what you're saying.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay. All right, so did you have a specific question for our intellectual property attorney? It's your turn, Mike. I'm sorry I hijacked the conversation, but this is really, we get these questions all the time. Mike, do you have a specific question for him? This is all free of charge to you.
Is that government fee? Is it like a one-time fee or is it like a
yearly
annual fee?
Yeah. Good question.
Well, so once the mark registers, you have 5 years, then you have to pay a renewal fee, and then it's every 10 years after that.
Okay, so it's basically, it's an annual fee, but it's like every 5
No.
years annually.
It's a 5-year fee.
And then it's every 10 years. It's the first, so you get registered, then they let you go 5 years, then you have to pay a renewal fee, and then they let you go every 10 years after that.
Okay.
So, Mark Trenner, that's your next question. Mark Trenner, attorney at law, 720-221-3708. That's 720-221-3708. All right. You know, speaking of new things, what about the new orthodontics? My kids are involved in this. My daughter, I'm told, will probably not need braces at all. Now, she started out a few years ago wearing mouthpieces at night only. And I believe 1 hour during the day. That's the requirement. It gradually expanded her palate and straightened her teeth. Dr. Kent Lawson at Aurora Orthodontics in TMJ, who, by the way, has a version of this for adults. But what he said to me was, your daughter will probably not need braces at all. Your son might need them for a few months. In other words, here's the bottom line. The new orthodontics saves you money and does a better job. It gets to the root causes, and it starts early to where you wear braces less. So over regular orthodontics, you save money, plus you take care of sleep apneas, you take care of narrow palates, you take care of TMJ or any future problems they may have. That is the new orthodontics. Check them out. New Early Orthodontics, NEO. New Early Orthodontics, NEO. They're right here in Lone Tree, 303-690-0400. A wonderful process, 303-690-0400.
This is Denver's. To thank us for the gift cards and some picture of Suzanne.
Okay, that's you bought the Walmart coat and boots and stuff.
We just bought our gift cards.
Before you know it, the year's gone.
Nice old lady.
Don't let another year go by without facing your tax problems head on. Whether back taxes or an IRS letter, levy, or audit, there is help. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino.
Those are granddaughters.
Has helped people time and time again.
2 granddaughters. Mom's in the Pokey.
And I know their licensed team of experts will negotiate the best possible settlement.
Everywhere.
Don't go through it alone, and definitely don't put it off. Make this year the year to put all those problems behind you. Larson Tax Relief won't judge you, but they will make sure you get terms and work with you. Call 844 Larson Tax. Larson Tax Relief. Call my friends at Larson Tax Relief.
Did you finally out from that?
Yeah. He took over the payments right away and then is selling it. Now, do you think it's wise because of the cost of money to put that money back in Troubleshooter and finance it? I think I should. I don't have to finance it for a long time, but I'm thinking of getting a loan.
You mean your new one?
Yeah. Just to put the money back in for cash flow and then I have a monthly payment I can deduct. I'm just thinking rather than cash. I don't know. I get the Section 179 credit cards. I believe in that. Don't I? I don't know. I gotta ask Eric. That's a good question.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Now, you've heard me talk a lot about stem cell therapy. I've done extensive research, which led me to Centennial Schultz Clinic right here in Colorado. They're internationally recognized for their work with stem cells. They're all MDs, working with true living stem cells, harvested from your own fat or bone marrow, and strategically delivered with guided injections.
Mark, what size is your tank?
More experience.
Propane tank?
Yeah, it's a bottle.
It's huge. I don't know.
Oh, so you drive up and get it filled?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's massive.
That's good.
I'd say, what's a barbecue grill? 5 pounds? No, 20 pounds.
These little ones? What are these little ones? Guys, this is
20 pounds. 20 pounds.
This is 20.
20 pounds.
I'd say it's between 60 and 100, whichever one I got.
You know the submarines? The submarines out in your yard? You know, like out in the country, the submarine I call it?
Those are 500. That's definitely not 500.
Well, no.
It's between 60 and 100.
I've never had ones that are about this long and stuff like that and stuff. It's 100.
You know, when I lived in the country, and I used that in my barn only because I had everything else at the house, and I submerged a 500 pound tank And the guy, what I didn't realize.
What do you mean you submerged it?
I mean, excuse me, buried it. And so all you saw was the hatch, and that was in a hole, a pit with a cover, so it looked really good. Because I used to rent those tanks, and I was captive to the company and everything.
Yeah,
when I realized I could buy that tank, I saved a monthly payment, plus I could shop gas anywhere. You know, you just go, they give you the bullshit, I won't put it in any tank but my own, and you can't buy mine, you can only rent. But I bought mine, and that was a great deal.
What did they say about submerging it?
You had to have a special tank that would, that should feel very good. On the grid, everything was off, everything. He had a generator, and it only came on when solar came on. And solar, generator, and
probably batteries,
propane, batteries. He had a combination of everything. The entire house was off the grid. That's pretty cool. The entire house.
You know, with LEDs and.
Oh my God! Now that's even before all that.
That's what I mean. It's getting to the point where.
Energy consumption can be very small. Do you know the biggest energy consumption is the well pump and the heat? He will kill you. But he had pellets. No. He didn't have pellets back then. He converted to pellets, but he had wood. Wood is an amazing heat.
A good potbelly stove, man, is an incredible thing.
What a nice heat too. But it's almost there's something very attractive about it. I'm Tom Martino, and I love
telling you about solar power. Cam Solar, go camsolar.com. We were just talking about being off the grid. Well, with Cam Solar, you're not off the grid, but you do have solar, and you don't use electricity at all if it's done right from the utility company. But you do pay on the system, but there's no money out of pocket because of the credits. It's the best time in the world to buy them, and the low interest right now. So you have a great time to buy, but don't buy until you know what your system will do. And the way you find that out is to go to this website I'm going to give you and fill it out. They give you a free analysis of a 20-year projection, and they guarantee that, by the way, if you buy from them, along with parts and labor for 20 years. Now, keep this in mind, though. Of course, any warranty is only as good as the company. So Cam Solar, I love them, I know them, but, you know, and like I said, K&H has been around for 62 years. Cam Solar's been around for many years, but I can't tell you they're going to be around for 20, but no matter what, it's better than nothing, right? And Cam Solar is a good company with great components. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter to get your analysis. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. And you own your system, so you sell it with your property. There's no hang-ups with leases. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. I'm Tom Martino. Now, in-house today, we have a new referral list member, Todd Whalen, with Advanced Tax Solutions. I say new, but Todd, I think you and I God, I did commercials for you years ago, and you had a great service then. You probably still do. Advanced Tax Solutions, and you solve tax problems for consumers.
Yes.
And businesses.
Yes, we do tax returns and IRS resolution, and that's it.
But you do normal returns for people?
I personally don't, but yes, the firm does. The firm does, yeah.
So you're more than just trouble. You keep them out of trouble.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of times if we fix a difficult situation for somebody, they really like you to continue doing their taxes. And
who's your typical customer?
You know, boy, it depends. Like payroll taxes, is a lot of times businesses that are struggling because of recession. But I'd say number one is we have contractors like framers, people who don't have taxes withheld.
Yeah. What about for normal taxes? Who's your customer? Businesses or individuals?
Like small business, what are you talking?
You know, small businesses is, pretty typical.
All right. And that's Advanced Tax Solutions on a referral list, referralist.com. Then we have APO Financial with us. I've known these guys now for a few years, and they're good people. You know, they're not going to tell you, hey, come with us, get rich. They're not going to tell you, come with us and just be satisfied with nothing. They really have a good balance of risk, and that's what I like. They're not these hucksters. God, you got to be careful in the financial business. John Goodhue, Brian Gray, guys together or individually. There's a situation going on now with the economy that I feel. I have said this before. No one's ever as good or as bad as people say, and no one can ever take credit. However, perceptionomics, which I coined years ago, perceptionomics drives the stock market to a point, and the perceptionomics, no matter what you think of Trump, no matter what you think of him, it is a positive for the stock market. People say, okay, he might be a scumbag, he might be this, but damn, he loves business, and therefore I know business is humming and buzzing. That's good, right, guys? You've seen it in the stock market.
Absolutely.
Right?
You go back to the end of 14 all the way up to the election, the stock market made 0 gains. And since the election, it's taken off quite a bit.
Now, here's what I'm saying. And this is not a political show. This is not about politics. But if there's a burble with Trump, if there's ever talk of impeachment, or if he doesn't win, or if he doesn't run again, I fear, like I said, even if he really didn't do anything directly, he did a lot, or even if it's not real, if he's out of office, I have a feeling we're going to have a big, giant correction out of fear.
No, I agree with that. Absolutely.
So people have to be planning. I mean, what do you do in a case like that? Mark, you do a lot of trading. I mean, I should ask you too. What do you do? Midterms, will that have an effect at all? If they really take a wallop in the midterms, will people say, oh my God, it may not keep going?
No, I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah, well, you have the big piece, because if the House turns, that's one thing, but if the Senate turns back towards Democrats, then it becomes a lame duck session for the next 2 years, because now no agenda can be finished.
But what do you go to cash when you're facing uncertainty, or what do you do with uncertainty?
Look at interest rates now, man. You start investing in making interest.
Yeah. Like what do you mean, Mark?
Well, like we've done before on different buildings and different things.
Right.
Yet we're getting to the point where it's going to be normal to lend money at 8 or 9%.
Right. You're exactly right. That's where it's going. Yeah, I mean, right now, absolutely, if you want to protect yourself in uncertain times, I mean, the best thing you can do is just go to cash, right? Or go to some sort of fixed short term. That's because it's getting better and better. The short term rates are, and just
better and better meaning lower.
Well, what's
higher interest rates.
Higher interest rate. Yeah.
Better for investors.
Better for investors.
You know, that's where Ideal Home Loans. I'll do a shameless plug here because they have that interest rate guarantee. I don't know when it would be better than now, because over 2 years, if they burble and go down, if they go up, you stay where you are. If they go down, you get it free of charge. But okay, so let's talk. What are you going to do in the next 2 years with people's money?
Us?
Yeah.
Well,
I want to know straight up.
Sure.
I don't want one of these attorney answers. It depends.
No, you won't get it. Basically, like we've talked about before, we don't invest on a traditional platform. We invest for more of on a defensive platform. So whether the market goes up or down or sideways.
Can you give me an idea of what a defensive investment is? Give me one idea.
Sure.
Primarily, it's how you invest. It's more tactical. So as times get more volatile, you increase your cash position. As there's more opportunity for growth, then you get more reinvested back into the market. So,
right.
So you're always investing as if there's disaster around the corner.
Well, not necessarily, but we look at opportunities, and we're reacting to what's happening today at all times, whenever it is. But the other part of it is, part of your strategy has to be that when things start gets bad enough, you do go to cash.
Okay.
And so you just don't buy and hold through the whole cycle.
But when you say go to cash, then you make interest, right?
Right. You make some interest, and but then eventually, when things get bad enough, like in the downturns, you also want to be able to short the market. Now you do it conservatively, but you want to be able to short the market too, because that's how you make money in bad times, and you protect yourself from losing too much.
And by the way, I mentioned idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000, and that's a real deal, that interest rate guarantee. 303-867-7000. Let's keep going here. I want to go to people who've called us, like John, who have contacted us, and we're getting back to him, plus Darius, and then Shirley and Mary. We will absolutely get to you. So, John, what's going on with a safe company?
Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry. Safeco, meaning insurance. What's the problem?
Well, The issue has been, we filed a claim about a year ago, last November.
What kind of claim?
Well, we got raccoons in our attic.
Huh, I'm not sure that's a claim. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes varmints, if it's catastrophic, it's a claim, but at other times they say it's normal maintenance and preventive maintenance. So I don't know where this would fall. We can check with our experts.
It was covered.
Okay.
It was covered.
How much was the claim? How much was the claim?
About $13,000.
Wow. So what's going on now?
So essentially, we got the raccoons removed. They then removed our insulation and fixed the wiring in our attic. And when they went to install the insulation, they broke all of our ceilings.
Wow.
So all of our ceiling fans were hanging down.
Wait. So this was a year ago this happened?
This is, we opened our claim last November.
But why did, okay, so it's still open? Are they replacing what they broke?
So they came, what they broke, and they broke more stuff. Now my front door does not even lock because the people who tried to hang the drywall, and might add they did a horrible job, broke my door off the hinges.
Why didn't you pick people? I don't understand this. You get to pick contractors.
I understand that in this market in Colorado with all these fly-by-night people, if you pick the wrong contractor, then it's on you. If the insurance company picks the contractors, it's on the insurance.
No, it is not. No, it is not. Sorry. Hate to break that to you, bro. But if you go with their contractor, it's not on them.
Same with the body shop, like for a car.
John, the reason let me explain something. I do not relish telling someone they're wrong, but I like stopping arguments when they're not going to take you anywhere so we can concentrate on how to really help you. If you think you have a premise here where, well, you know, I'll bet you if you look at your contracts, you're going to see you hired these guys, the insurance company didn't, and the insurance company is going to say, well, we paid for that. Tell me, rather than listen to me, isn't that what's happening?
I just keep getting, how do you say, slow walked. So now now they're trying to fix it. Now we've been in a hotel for 8 weeks.
Okay. Who is the company? Who is the company?
With no end in sight.
Who is the company?
The company who, Safeco our insurance?
No, the company you hired to do the repairs.
Belfour.
Belfour? They're supposed to be the big name in the industry. Belfour.
That is correct.
That, you know, I have not had personal experience with them, but I've heard glowing reviews about Belfour because they've been around a long time. That doesn't mean, listen, that doesn't mean they're great. We have disaster recovery people too, but Belfour is probably chosen by insurance, and I mean you hired them, but they're probably preferred because they're going to do it quick and dirty. So right now, your problem is with Belfour, not your insurance company. And if you're bugging your insurance company, that's where the hang-up is. Have you gone directly to Belfour and said, get the damn thing done and get it done right?
I have not.
Okay, hold on. That's what we're going to do, okay? You've been jousting with the wrong beast. Deputy Clint, let's get on this with Belfour directly. Forget the insurance. I know he's all tied up there. Get off of it. They're not responsible. It's you and Belfour. I'm Tom Martino. I am way behind on this, and I just want to do this break. ArtofGranite.net. Speaking of contractors, you can get a price on the phone with Art of Granite. And what I love about Art of Granite is that he does your kitchen countertops and cabinets at a value you're not going to find just anywhere. In fact, for turnkey projects like this, you will not find a value like this. He is so proud of his prices, he'll give you a price on the phone. Why can he do that? Because he only charges for fabrication and installation. All materials are wholesale, straight across, except cabinets have a small markup. He's a direct stone importer. You can buy from him or buy from anyone on his wholesale account. He doesn't charge for tear out and haul away, or he doesn't charge for the bathroom when you do the kitchen. ArtofGranite.net. Get your price on the phone, 303-386-5919, 303-386-5919.
This report's sponsored by Referral List.
Tell them that.
Tell them what?
It's not us. It's go to Belfort and stuff like that.
He did.
8 weeks seems like a long time.
They did. He didn't tell them. I mean, he did not listen.
Traffic signal too, so that wreck will be there for a while. Just avoid that intersection altogether. Westbound again, you're closed at Indiana, and we got a crash southbound 225 near GTC.
It sounds like a nightmare.
Shoulder backing up on that.
I bet you it's a tough attic
It's
up
gonna be sunny
there.
today, warmer than the other day.
Crouching down and
Around 20.
How they got in.
How do you not say that that's your fault though?
Traffic and weather,
Right. The Belfort just doesn't say, "Hey, I'm sorry about that. We'll have to do it again here and stuff."
Distinguish yourself.
They were probably hired to get rid of the
contractors and professionals, but only
I don't know if Belfort would get rid of them. Maybe.
Maybe they were just repairing the damage.
I didn't know. I guess he did that much damage in raccoons and stuff. You would think you'd say, "Did you know there was a raccoon up there?"
Well, you think you'd hear it.
Right.
That's for sure.
And you know, it's like a slow leak. To me, like a raccoon up there is like a slow leak and stuff. I mean,
and they were the first
you're not going to fix a slow leak.
company on my referral list at referrallist.com.
Oh, you did?
Doors and siding. Their website is khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com. They're designed for both beauty and energy efficiency. Nothing improves a home like these windows, and you won't find a better company when it comes to ethics, to skill, and when it comes to standing behind their product. If you need windows, doors, or siding, you can rely on K&H. I know that for sure because I had them do the windows on my home.
Because you got to drive it.
Town so many years
So
ago, and they still.
There's no way to take it out. You just got to drive it and they fill up. Because it's probably strapped in there and everything.
Windows.com.
You guys had it on a website?
You can make appointments.
Nah, it's just what's the letter getting called. I gotta send that.
Yeah.
Garage doors are the largest moving
What do you
fixture
have?
in your home, and just like a
So,
car, you should
it's like
perform
a bus.
routine maintenance to keep them running and
Oh, how
flourishing.
fun.
Go to Embark.com to
Wow,
schedule
that
your
is
planned
good.
maintenance and receive priority scheduling.
Did you convert it to sleeping quarters and whatnot?
Oh, no, I bought it.
Make sure to ask
Yeah.
for a
Oh, okay.
to enhance your garage.
That was fifth wheel.
Oh, the
Lift
answer's
master, everything
I had one. I had a fifth wheel years ago. We had one actually had a fireplace and stuff, and it was pretty nice.
Game, Affordable Interest Mortgage has been offering
Gas
the
or
asset manager all-in-one for over 11 years.
This one is
$10,000
gasoline.
less in interest on
So,
their mortgage,
B10, I think.
faster, all without spending one dime more. 720-895-0500.
I like the fifth
We
wheel.
have hundreds of clients.
I don't think I get another fifth wheel, but I did like it.
Faster, to have access to
Yeah, it was, I always thought it was kind of a pain to set up. This, I just hit a button and it just levels and the slides come out. It's just nice. But the fifth wheel, we had it when the kids were young. We had a lot of fun with it, actually.
Call
With your new one, do you tow a little car behind it or something?
No, I'm going to buy, I've been waiting for the 2019, a little Enduro by Suzuki.
Oh, cool.
It'll just on the back, but
Oh, that's cool. That's
between
good.
that and Uber, man, that's it.
Yeah, no, you don't need a car anymore, man.
No, plus I don't want to pull around.
We don't even rent cars on vacation anymore. We don't.
No, Uber.
We do.
We did
add it all
Hawaii.
up. No matter what we did, we add it up, and we're always cheaper than renting.
Maybe not in Hawaii, though.
Oh, okay.
I looked at Uber there just a few nights when we were going to go out.
Well, you're right. Hawaii's spread out. But like
It is absurd how much Uber is there.
And the fuel costs are too, probably.
Yeah, actually, I found a Costco right before I brought the rental back. Costco was actually, listen to this, almost $1 cheaper a gallon. $1.
Holy cow.
I couldn't believe it.
Here?
No, in Hawaii.
Versus just a regular gas
The
station.
regular gas stations were like, I want to say like $4.25. Costco was like $3.29 or
Gee,
something.
that's probably cheaper than California.
That Costco, you know how busy Costco's are out here. That Costco, I could not believe how busy it was. It was way worse than Park Meadows. You can imagine that.
Oh, yeah. I bet it was. With being $1 cheaper.
Oh, the gas was crazy. We waited in line for, 25 minutes to get gas. But when you're on that south part of the island, Uber's like, it didn't matter where you went, 5 to 6 miles would be, $60, $70.
Oh, really? Holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. If you have someone who's addicted to substances in your life, this number I'm going to give you is to a rehabilitation or treatment center, the Raleigh House, but it's not really what you think. It's not to call and sign them up. It's to get information on how to approach them, what to say to them, how you know there's a problem, how you can tell if the problem's intensifying, how much will it cost at the Raleigh House, will insurance cover it, what kind of insurance do you have, what other programs are available. They know it all, and they want to give out true, useful information right from the start, confidentially. 720-893-5559. Let them be your resource about anything to do with addiction. Whether you go there or not, eventually it is the place for information. 720-893-5559, theraleighouse.com. By the way, if you have any questions about finance, we do have APO Financial here for a reason. Now, we do have some emails we save up for them for when they're in the studio. And then, of course, we have Advanced Tax Solutions with us as well. If you have any questions at all, call us, please. But I'm going to take people who have been waiting a while and want to make sure we help them. Now, on the Belfour thing and the disaster thing, Deputy Clint's working on that. Darius is another one who contacted us, and we got back to him. So I want to remind you, if you write to us, help@troubleshooter.com, we will get back to you. Or call 303-MARTINO 24/7. So, Darius, what's happening?
I have a civil case against the Jefferson County Detention Center. I was incarcerated last year, and I was racially discriminated against. I was also discriminated against due to the fact that I am of Muslim faith. A few officers told me that that was a problem with them, as well as the inmates that I was incarcerated with, and they moved me to a solitary confinement.
What did the guard say that was a problem with your religion?
Well, specifically, he told me that he was from Buffalo, New York. He pulled me to the side, like into a side room, because I would pray 5 times a day.
Yeah.
He told me that he was from Buffalo, New York, and he proceeded to say that, you know, even though he wasn't a racist, he's encountered Muslims, and that was a problem for him as well as the other inmates around me. I had no physical altercations with anyone.
Well, that's not discrimination, you know, having a problem with that or telling you that. That's not discrimination. I'm not, by the way, I'm not trying to poo-hoo or I'm not trying to diminish this. I want to get you to the real deal. So where was the discrimination?
Well, they moved me to solitary confinement for no reason at all.
Well, they're going to say it was to protect you, right?
Well, I see. That's the thing. When I wrote I followed the grievance process because there's a process where you can grieve while you're incarcerated. And when I followed the grievance process, they just replied in writing that it's at the officer's discretion.
All right, hold on, and we'll come back to you and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. I'm Tom.
Yes, I talked to him. I said the exact same thing you just told him.
Well, I don't understand. Was that the only grievance he has?
Well, that was the main thing.
Solitary.
Did he say he had a case, or he wants
just for 24 hours? No, he's got a case. His big issue.
Does he have an attorney?
No. So he filled out all the paperwork. He says the judge is just sitting on it. That's his biggest thing. The judge won't rule on it. Either good or bad.
What do you mean rule on it?
Whatever he says, it's just sitting in limbo.
Well, before he can even bring a suit, he has to put it to the EEOC.
Well, he's got to ask to sue him.
Maybe they don't get involved in this.
Oh, you know what? Too, it could be.
There are certain ones you have to get approval.
Could it be a not a government run, but a whatever prison, private? I don't know.
No, it's Jeffco. I don't know if it's Jeffco Detention Center. Is it?
My buddy actually works at he's a sheriff.
It wouldn't really
at
matter.
the jail. He works for Jeffco, so.
But
I think they have independent contractors there, though.
I brought up that guy that was on Trump's thing, and they put him in jail and stuff. You know that they just were trying to get him to talk
for his own safety,
and they put him in 24-hour for his own safety there. Here he was only in there for 24 hours.
The best thing to do is not go there in the first place.
We got dead air.
He was in there for
dead air. Where's Drew?
Dead air.
You might as well be talking then.
Oh, he's
I'm Tom Martino, and for some reason, we have dead air, and I don't want that to happen, so.
Want that to happen, so I'm going to just continue until our board op figures this out. We were supposed to go to news at the top of the hour. So Adam, I'm sorry, Adam dropped off. And we want to talk to Darius now. He says he was discriminated against. Hold on. Are you back? Okay, we'll come right back.
Government had anything to do with the disappearance of a journalist, last seen entering a consulate in Turkey where a renewed search is underway. Fox's Simon Owen, live in our European bureau.
Lisa, in the past hour, Turkish police investigators have been seen.